say, if you're mayor of this Domino's, you can come in and have lunch every day, a small pizza for free.
Every day?
Yes, if you're a mayor.
Because the Domino's in Peterborough is right next to a Tesco. Everyone who works in that Tesco is just checking in on their way to work. It's next to a school.
But then
a
that's
bunch of
probably the
kids
reason.
with loads of phones.
If they're all hammering it, then that's going to be one different person a day getting a taste of pizza and coming back. They're just checking out.
What's in it for the company to be all over Foursquare? I don't really get it.
I suppose things like that. If you come in, you have a small pizza. Oh, it's nice. I could do with that, but larger. I'll come back later and spend 20 quid. That's the difference. Or if they spend all day competing and then they go and go, oh, Mum, I'm sorry I didn't bring any food home today. I came second on the old mayorship rankings. We'll have to go spend money.
They don't do a new mayor every day. Do you actually remember how
No,
Foursquare
but you have
works?
rankings, don't you? So if you're all fighting for it and then you're not the last person at the end of the day or whatever at that specific time, you can't just gazump people. You only get one chance to check in, don't you?
I think you can check in at any point in that 24 hours.
My point is, if I've checked in 50 times and you've checked in 49 times, you can't become mayor until I forget to check in.
No, I just throw you under a bus.
That's what we had to do a few times, wasn't it, at uni?
Yeah, there was a little shit who lived nearby who constantly tried to become mayor at uni. We ended up taking his phone off him, didn't we?
We did. We just confiscated it as student reps. We just said, no, suspect terrorist. He's not got that anymore. He's in jail now.
So did we agree on how many wipes you need to bung down your toilet? And are we all doing this at the same time, or are we doing it on different days?
I don't think we need to do it at the same time. Let's not ruin the waterboard industry by making them all do it at the same time. So then we've got to run out. That'd be quite good though. If we broke all of them and they all left at the same time, then we could go back to their HQ and just steal everything.
Steal all the water. Water for everyone.
I'd just go and have a giant straw and be like... Never know it was me. The perfect crime. The victimless crime.
Interesting. Well, that's that then. We'll all be doing that on August the 23rd. Is that
Why
good?
then?
I don't know, just a random
2
day.
days after my birthday.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go then. You'll need water then to rehydrate.
Yeah, probably. That's a good shout.
There you go. So August the 23rd, we're all getting 6 wipes, slavering on some Dijon mustard, bunging them down the toilet. Do you have to properly wedge it in your toilet, or can you just hurl it in casually?
Just casually lob them in. And
Are they bundled or are they folded? What's the deal there?
To be honest, I don't really remember. I just kind of, if you wiped him, you go upstairs, you just go, ugh. Oh, I've got
and then you
mustard on
flush.
my hands. Wash that off. That's disgusting.
And then you flush.
Yeah, hit the old button.
August the 23rd, 11 o'clock. Everybody, I want to see you doing
AM
that.
or PM?
Let's say AM.
The thing is, you want to do AM, actually, because if you block it at... Actually, no, you want to do PM, because if you block it at night, at least you've already had your bath and everything.
Yeah, but I have a shower in the morning.
But yeah, I suppose you don't want to get up without a shower. But then you don't want to end up with no water till the next day, because they ain't been alerted.
This is going to require more thought. Cancel that plan. We'll get back to you on that nearer the time.
Plus,
we're going to put
need
some
to
proper
alert
thought
chip
into
shops,
this.
really, because you don't want to ruin their
We'll
business.
get them all a sign.
The thing is, as well, the chipper was telling me, they put the sign on the road, the side of the road where everyone that goes past it leaves the town. And he was like, you want to put it on the opposite side of the road so that when they're entering town, they go, ooh, chips, and turn left straight away and then go and buy some. So he's like, so everyone's got to remember they saw the sign when they go out shopping and then hope to buy some on the way back. So it's useless to him. He's got everyone who's leaving the area and not going home. They're not going to go, oh, I won't buy chips now, I'm going to work. And then they'll forget about it by then. You need to on the opposite side. I said to him, why don't you just dig it up and swap it? And he didn't have an answer, to be honest. He just looked at me.
Did he look at you or did he look through you?
All I heard was that song, Hello Darkness, my old friend, playing in the background.
Interesting. What are we supposed to be talking about this week? Because yet again, we're approaching halfway through the show and we haven't mentioned the topic.
Was football, I believe.
Was football. Okay. Shall we? Have we got any particularly interesting things to say about football, or are we going to dive straight into some listener questions?
If I wasn't fat, I'd be quite good at football.
If you weren't bald, you'd have a good head of hair.
No, I've always had a good, I don't know, like a natural ability to just place a ball from miles out. I remember I told
Place
you.
it where?
Well, like I remember being at school and we had a standing PE teacher and he was like, right, we're just gonna mess around today, lads. And he ran off down across the field and he went, I want you all to aim the ball here. And before he finished a sentence, the second he said aim, I just went, boo, landed at his feet. And he went, I bet you can't do that again. And boo, back at his feet again. And I just kept doing it. He went, how did you learn to do that? And I said something stupid like, your mum. So he just called me a twat and walked off. And I ruined my chances of probably being signed for...
I had one good game of football my entire life. I was about 8 or 9. No, I must have been older than that, maybe 10. and I scored the perfect hat-trick. And it was brilliant. Header, right foot tap in, and then bizarrely left-footed from the halfway line. And I've never played football well before or since. I don't know how that happened, but it wasn't deliberate, the halfway line. I was just stood there and
Passing.
just booted it, and it ended up completing my hat trick, flying over the goalkeeper, and there I am, perfect hat trick, header, right foot, left foot, including a halfway line one about 5 years before David Beckham did it. So I am officially king of the world. I retired from football that day.
I also had a thing, once I got to like year 10 or 11, so I'd have been like 15.
Surely you were too fat to play football by then.
No, as I was going through my thin phase then. I'd lost a lot of weight. Year 8, I was quite chunky.
Was that the polos, was it?
Yeah, all I ate was polos every day. Mint and lemon polos when they were...
Lemon?
Yeah.
You can't buy lemon just
Were
by
they lime
themselves.
ones, lemon ones?
You can get the mixed fruit ones. You
No,
can't
these
just
were
buy
like
lemon polos.
luminous green
Since
polos.
when?
Well, back in the 90s.
Can you still get them
I
now?
don't know. Probably not, but I ate them all the time.
Talking of things that I'm going to order off the internet, like these lemon or lime polos, on last week's show we talked about molasses. As I was editing that show together, I was chuckling to myself, thinking, molasses. And I ordered some off of Amazon. It's not here. I've just realised it's not here yet. I ordered that a week ago. I have Amazon Prime. Where's my
They're
molasses?
probably coming from America. You probably didn't read that.
I still don't know what it is. I'm not very happy about this. I need molasses.
But, I don't know. I don't know what to say to that, and I forgot where we were beforehand.
We were talking about polos.
Oh, yeah. Well, back to the polos, actually. I was the polo dealer for about 2 years at uni. It was mental. We were doing an exam, and the person who was observing us left for a second, and 4 people in the room go, "Here, here's a polo." Snuck across the room, took a couple off me, went back to their seat, carried on with their exams. They come back in, didn't know anything had happened. Everyone suddenly had polos, the room smelled of lemon. They left the room again. "Here, I want someone all." Just like dealing them out, like shh, shh. Don't tell anyone. Then they used to come in with extra packs and sell a few of them. And
Sell them? Why couldn't people just buy them from the shop?
People are lazy. My mum gave me £2 for dinner money every day and polos for 20p a pack. So I used to just buy 10 packs and then go into school and then sell like 4 of them for 50p a pack, get my money back. Give a couple to my mates, and then eat the other 4 and stay skinny and svelte. Everyone told me, "I'll ruin your sperm count." I've got 2 kids now, so shut your face. But yeah, that's probably where my footballing ability come from. What I was trying to say...
What, from polos?
Before I went off on one, was that, yeah, we had to start doing football in PE, and I said, I'm not going in goal, I'll go in defence, because I can just stay in my own half chatting to the keeper, then it'll be fine. But it was basically the losery, nerdy, geeky kids versus the school football team. And they were just running through our strikers and our midfield. And every time, well, not every time maybe, I'm assuming that, in my memory it was every time. I'm going to say it was every time, yeah. Every time they reached me, I'd just stand there like a brick wall and just take the ball from them with my feet, not my hands, and just pass it to our midfielder, and then they'd go off a score. And they could not get past me. I was basically a one-man wall. I was a machine.
Because you were the size of a wall?
No, I was skinny. I was only on polos. I was running purely on polos here. And the PE teacher then, he said to me, you're quite good at this. You need to get some shin pads because you're probably going to ruin your knees. And I said, no, I'm all right.
How was shin pads going to stop you ruining your knees?
Shins, sorry. You're going to ruin your shins. You're going to break your legs, is what he was saying, because you tackle like a young Roy Keane.
He didn't say that.
He didn't say that at all. But he said to me, get some, and I said, well, no, I can't really afford them. So anyway...
you could have had 3 days without polos. You'd have been enough for shin pads.
Could have probably sold
£6 back in the 90s. That would have got you a pair of shin pads.
Yeah, so next time we played, I got picked by the football team side. I was on their bit. They wanted me on their team. Then they'd seen how I was basically a one-man wall. Couldn't replicate that though. I was the pressure of playing on a better side. But they did a whole school. Everyone had to pick a 5-a-side team, and we all had to play against like other 5-a-side teams throughout the school. And my mate's like an amazing goalkeeper. He's ridiculous. He'd basically, anywhere the ball went in the goal, he'd just be there like a rag doll, flying around, just hitting the ball out, stopping it from going in. I was the one-man wall. The rest were kind of, they just tootled around. One of my mates was probably really powerful at sort of scoring, and we relied on him to score the goals. But we played one game, did really well. We thought, we're on here, we're going to get far in this. But then they put us up against the 5-a-side school football team, elite, best players, basically the captains of everything. every team going, rugby, cricket, whatever, they were just basically that one-man sporting team, and they annihilated us. It was something like 40-0. And the only reason it wasn't like 1,000,000 was this guy who was in goal, which was like a ragdoll all the time. And it's only when he tried to score goals as a goalkeeper that they got goals in and things like that. So, yeah, I think if I'd have pursued it properly, I'd have probably been all right. If I'd have learned to make the more consistent. But obviously, I put on tons of weight and become lazy.
Because polos are full of sugar, they ruined you.
Although I have found I'm good at scoring the important goals when I have a good. Run around with my mates in the park or whatever, now and again.
Walk around.
Once a year we meet up for a game of football and I'm always the one scoring the goal at the end. The next goal wins.
Aren't all your friends in wheelchairs?
No. my friends all do things like Tough Mudder where they have to climb a wall that's like 12 foot tall and they just run and go "Roar!" and hook themselves onto it and then drag themselves up, and it's bizarre. I don't know how they do it. They're always quite athletic, but yeah, they're mental. They run through a pool of water that had electricity feeding into it, and they just ran through it like it was nobody's business.
Why?
Because that was part of the Tough Mudder trial. They had to run through like earth, wind, fire. That
doesn't seem very pleasant.
No, they had to go under barbed wire. I looked at it, I thought, it just doesn't look fun, lads. No, I wouldn't. They knew I wouldn't. They didn't ask me. They knew I'd be far too lazy. But yeah, they're quite rough and tough people, and I can't anywhere near keep up with them. But no, we have a good laugh when we play football, and I'm not as bad as I probably could be. I just need to lose weight so I'd be better at it.
Back on the polos.
I need to do it. I think I should do it. Now I know they don't ruin anything and I've lived to be the ripe old age of 27. Yeah, I'll be alright.
Why do you lie about your age like that?
I couldn't remember my age. That wasn't a lie. I just couldn't remember how old I was.
It doesn't begin with a 2, that's for sure. Looking at your head.
Sadly it does.
Right, let's have some listener questions. I've got one from JC Denton who sent a rather long email with multiple questions, but I'm going to randomly select one, which basically, I'm just going to read the first one and I'm not going to go any further. And what would it take for you to consider stopping supporting your team? He's a Southampton fan. The club have priced him out and the people around him and the people around him out since returning to the Premier League, so they've decided to follow Eastleigh, their local Conference South club, instead for next season for 1/6 of the cost. So what would cause you to stop supporting your club? And support is a strong word for you. What's going to stop you watching your team on the telly every week from your armchair?
I only watch from my armchair because I don't live anywhere near them or have the money. If I had the money, I'd go down there all the time. And if I could get a season ticket to Spurs, just to clarify what we're talking about. But yeah, if I had the money to get down there, which I don't, so it's not really like I'm sitting there with the money in my pocket thinking, nah, I'm alright. I genuinely can't afford that. If I could go every week, I would go every week. I would only stop because what bothers me at the moment, I really like the fact that they can only spend what they generate, and they can only generate if they're good or clever or whatever. So it's all kind of, there's the element of risk there. They've got that kind of, I love their setup. I just think we've got one of the world's best at the moment playing in our midfield. If he gets sold for a ridiculous amount of money, that's sad, we've lost him, but it means that we can, the level the club would go to.
Are we talking about Tom Huddleston?
Yeah, okay. But selling him by the pound. But if we sold Bale, for example, the club would be set. People are all like, oh, it'd be ruined, but we'd have it'd be like 80 million quid or something ridiculous like that. And things like that, I like that in a way, even though it's sad that he'd be gone. I like the fact that we'd be like sending one off to make 4 more appear and things like that. I like the growing. If we kind of went off and become in loads of debt, or borrowed loads of money, or got given loads of money, and there wasn't any kind of challenge to it, then I'd start feeling a bit like, oh, I'm not really enjoying it. I like the fact it's a sport. They have to do well at the sport to do well next year. If they have a bad year, it's bad next year. They need to sort it out. There's always effort. It's kind of like if I wanted to start a football team now, in theory, if I made all the right choices, I could get to their level and carry on, and it wouldn't be any different from the way they are at the moment. It just feels more proper. It feels like
you say that, but that's not how it would happen at all. And this is my frustration as a lower league football fan. You wouldn't be able to get to that level if you made all the right decisions, because there is a level you get to and you just go boom, boom, boom. That's you banging into all the teams above you who are cheating. And it's so frustrating. As a club who run things right, who operate within their means, who buy players cheap, sell them expensive, spend what we earn. I'm a posh fan, a Peterborough fan for anyone who doesn't know.